Hi Ash. So this is pretty awkward doing in front of camera, but we spent the past 8 months here at Bitsom, and I think before we leave for our summer internship, it's a good time to probably reflect on our journey so far.
Definitely is awkward, but yeah, it's definitely a good idea to reflect as well. I mean, it's what, like a week or two left before we
True.
start. Yeah.
So I know that you've done a chemical engineering. So what led you to doing an MBA after your chemical engineering?
Sure. So back when I was in Goa, probably around in the second year, we had to choose electives. So I decided to take up a minor in finance. Now my whole world was revolving around science and math till then, and that's when came this fresh perspective and of finance minor, and that's when I realized that I'm probably naturally more gravitated towards business development and business management aspect of how things run. So that's when I decided that I had to pursue an MBA. Till then, I hadn't decided that whether I'll be pursuing it right after my engineering or probably after working for a couple of years. But then after probably, till my fourth year, I decided that, I have this kind of momentum going on of learning.
Yeah.
And I thought that I'll continue with it. So that's when I got to know about Bitsom and I applied.
Okay, makes sense.
Yeah.
That was a similar journey to after my NMIMS, after commerce and marketing, I chose to do my MBA too.
Coming to your journey, I know that you decided to take a gap year as well. So, like, why? Like, was there any particular reason, and do you think it added any kind of value?
So I think it definitely added value because it gave me time to prepare for my GMAT. I also happened to do a lot of internships in fields like HR, digital marketing, social media. And I think that's what led me to decide that I want to pursue marketing later as well.
Okay.
And during my undergrad also, it just helped me focus more on one thing when I was specializing in marketing. So that led me to decide that I wanted to take a gap year and take my time to prepare and apply.
That's good.
So you're going to be doing an internship with Vodafone Idea now in the summers,
Yeah.
and you're going to be doing a marketing role.
Yeah.
So what has this entire transition been like from engineering to a finance minor to now marketing? And what would you like to tell others about the same?
It was pretty interesting actually because when I was a child, I always thought that I was going to be this science kid. But when I entered the engineering college, I realized that research was not something that I was really inclined towards. Then came this new segment of finance in my life. And I realized that I was always in love with numbers. So I realized that, okay, maybe finance is the thing. Because my sister was also pursuing finance itself. And she had an MBA and she started working in a finance-related job. So I thought probably finance it is. But when I started researching for the colleges, and I thought that, okay, probably let's go through some of the specializations as well that are there that can be offered to me. And that's when I came across marketing as a domain, and it was quite intriguing to me. As much as I was in love with numbers, I realized that I was very much interested and intrigued towards marketing as a domain, as a function. And when I came to Bitsom, till then I didn't really have a clear idea as to what I was going to pursue. But definitely the courses here in Bitsom, the marketing courses like the marketing management, consumer behavior, and even marketing research methods, they really strengthened my belief in the fact that I wanted to pursue marketing as a function for my career. And coming to V, it was a tough time during the internships, but yeah, it went pretty smooth. I was actually fortunate enough to get a role of my preference and in a reputed firm as well. So yeah, for the tips, I would just simply recommend people to, be thorough with the basics. First of all, try to understand what you want to pursue. Once that is clear, once you're not, beating around the bush, things get pretty simple. And once that is clear, you can, always carve out your own path.
Correct.
So that way it was pretty smooth and pretty topsy-turvy at the same time.
So coming from a marketing background, I do think the marketing courses gave us all a fresh perspective in terms of what we've done before and what the professors taught us as well.
I think we like the marketing courses a lot.
True.
You though are a true fan of Piyush sir as well.
Yeah.
So yeah, coming to your journey, why Bitsom? Like you were coming from NMIMS, they have an MBA course to offer as well. So why Bitsom? And like, is there any particular thing that stood out for you for Bitsom?
Yeah, so I think one key reason would be that I wanted to pursue marketing, and some of the electives that they offer and the majors that they offer in the second year, marketing, e-commerce, leadership strategy, and give us the flexibility to choose whatever we want. Like I can be doing a major in marketing and a minor in say leadership or strategy as well. So I think that's what inclined me towards that. Other than that, a block teaching method was new to me, and that's something I wanted to explore. And I think that's given us an opportunity to attend every subject in detail and understand it well for 2 weeks and then move forward to the next subject. And the WOW courses as well, I think. So they've been in tandem with the core courses and they've been designed well throughout these 8 months itself. And I'm looking forward to the next year in marketing also.
Yeah, actually, good thing that you say two of these things, block courses as well as the wow courses that are being, circulated each and every fortnight, I would say, is actually pretty helpful because there's one core course and then just to balance it out, a fun course in which you can, just
soft skills.
Exactly, you can own your soft skills. That's pretty good.
Yeah.
So yeah, pretty interesting.
Other than that, what would you say was a stressful time for you in BITSOM, or a block or a phase where you were
summer
intense?
internship period undoubtedly was, I think not just for me, for most of our batch, it was one of the most stressful periods. Companies generally a few of the companies, like definitely the consulting companies as well, they tend to come a week or two prior to the summer internship period. Now, we generally have a week off, but then before that, we have our courses going on. So I remember I had a shortlist for a few companies and it became really stressful because you're supposed to be, ready with each and every, like I applied for consulting, I applied for marketing as well. So you need to be ready for each and every function that you've applied for. And it does become pretty stressful. But at the same time, there are a few things that you can, always manage to do in order to cope up with the stress. I mean, that's what MBA is all about. So first of all, I would say having a good peer group is really important. I remember we and 4-5 of us, we generally were sitting together every day. We were discussing all the questions that came previously and questions that we went through in interviews as well. Also, I think administration also played a really good role here because I remember the course that was prior to the internship week was corporate strategy. And administration actually helped in a way that the assignments were due before the week, actually a week much prior to that. So that way we were pretty not so stressed out during the internship week. And so the courses were also aligned in a very beautiful manner in the sense that if you manage your time pretty well, you will be able to, cope up with the courses as well as the internship process as well. So yeah, I think these two things are pretty important. Having a peer group with whom you can discuss and at the same time having a good flexible admin team that helps you along the way.
I think the PlaceCom did play an important role throughout the entire process. And other than that, you had interviews in the week before our placement week officially started. I did get placed in the week before itself. So I think that was a pretty stressful time.
So talking about from stressful to interesting, what do you think has been one of the most interesting phases in BITSOM journey so far for you?
So I've been a sports person throughout and I've enjoyed extracurriculars as much as I've been inclined to academics. And I think in our third term, we've had the opportunity to go to different colleges, represent BITSOM in sports. We've had the BITSOM Premier League happen itself where we all have happened to play and everything. And I think that entire period has been good in terms of balancing everything out. We see our college uniting at the turf and we all are playing cricket, and having a residential program is truly reflecting now because all of us are together and we're all going there. We're enjoying the matches, we're enjoying handling our projects and assignments alongside that as well. We've had practices, and I think that's encouraged all of us to do well in our extracurriculars as well.
Yeah, you can see a huge traffic at the turfs. There are some people doing their assignments. Admin team is there as well. Pretty inclusive. The 2 years as well as the admin team, people are either doing their assignments, supporting each other. Yeah, fun time, I must say.
That's right.
So yeah.
I think we've had a pretty eventful 8 months and we're looking forward to another year of much more fun and academically oriented things too.
I'm actually pretty excited to come back, after the internship and meeting everyone.
Correct.
There'll be
the
more
new cohort.
Exactly. The new cohort as well, yeah.
Looking forward
It'll be
to that.
fun to learn from their experiences, share our experiences with them, and hopefully learn from our experiences during the internship as well. So let's see how it goes.
Yeah. So this wasn't as awkward as I thought it would be in the beginning, and I think we got to know a lot about our journeys. And I think we can get back again same time next year and see what we're up to then.
We definitely should. Probably we can enroll a few juniors as well.
Sure.
Share our experiences. But thanks to you.
Thank you for this.
See you.